perfect pour. First time. All right, so I have a car that I am very excited about. It's a 1974 Plymouth Satellite. I only paid $500 for this car, which is ridiculous in these times. It is complete. It has a motor, it has a transmission. I bought the car about 2 or 3 months ago, maybe 4. It's been off the road for about 20 years. So on this video, we're gonna see if we can get this thing running and driving and probably make it my new daily driver. Check this out. So this car has 2 transmissions. It's got the column shifter transmission and the floor shifter transmission. Means it goes twice as fast. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this hood is original to the car. So the car was a B5 blue car. As you can tell, this hood is off of a silver car. So I know based off of the VIN, it is a Satellite Sebring Plus. I don't know if it came with the really cool Roadrunner hood, because on these cars, if you remember, the 71, 72 had the really cool front end on them. And the only time these cars, the 73, 74, look cool is when they have that big Roadrunner bump hood. We have some ripples right here, and then on the quarter panel there's some dents in the quarter panel. Over the past few months I've been collecting parts. I actually picked this Ram Charger up for 500 bucks, but I traded the wheels for a bumper, fender, grille, and headlight bezels. The car is very, very solid. I mean, there isn't, as far as I can tell, the floors are perfectly solid. There's no rust in the quarters. It really sucks that there's a dent, but I think I can just work all that out. I have big plans, but the only rust I could really find was on the trunk lid. The bumpers are decent. I could probably shine them up or paint them. Same thing on this quarter panel. There's some dingage on it, but no rust. I mean, there's 0 rust on this puppy. I mean, this car is going to be my new daily driver. I'm going to get the AC running in it and everything. This side of the car is probably the straightest part. A couple little dings here and there, which some Bondo will fix all that. And if you can tell me what wheels these are in the comments. I think somebody had said they're like 80s Dodge Monaco wheels or cop car wheels. I mean, look at those door panels. That's perfect. I mean, that's perfect driver quality. The carpet is perfect. I can clean. This is going to be the perfect car to clean up and just slap a cheapy paint job on. But here's the grill I traded. It's in fair shape. It's all driver quality stuff. I mean, there's a ding here. I could probably work that out a little bit. Have the headlight bezels. I went ahead and ordered spark plug wires, a fuel pump, a new belt, some brake hoses, just all the normal stuff that we're gonna need to get this thing going. So here's the interior. Bucket seats, center console. It does run the transmission. I don't know if this is original or if this is original. I would imagine probably this is original and somebody put the Roadrunner hood and the center console shifter in there, because it probably didn't have black door panels, because the dash is blue and then it has rally gauges. I don't know if these are original, but I mean, check it out, man. This is ridiculously clean. Door panels are straight. The back seat is all good except for the very top. Probably throw some duct tape on that. Headliner's cheap on these cars. I think it's like 100 bucks. The seat covers are cheap. Maybe down the line, once I get it running and driving and I get tired of these old crunchy seats, I might think about doing something. Shoot, I even have the keys for it. So check that out. Power brakes, power steering, of course, 74. And the brakes somewhat work. All right, let's pop the hood. 318 V8 with a 727. I've already stole some stuff off of it. I took the spark plug wires off of it to use on a different car. I went ahead and set a battery in there. I'll have to replace this cable, so let's go ahead and hook the battery up and see if we can get it to spin over with the key. Before we do that, let's check the oil. I mean, that is way overfilled. It's right here, and it should be way down here. As far as I know, the guy said there was nothing wrong with the motor. I mean, there's a little bit of water in the radiator. All right. No sparks. Okay, let's go inside and see if we got turnage. All right, we got it in park. Nothing. Turn signals? Nothing. Fan? Nothing. Radio? Nothing. Horn? I can hear the relay click on. What's this do? Nothing. Dang it. Wipers? Yeah. No wiper blades, but wipers are working. Light panel? I'm sure I just blew a fuse. Let's figure out why it's not turning over. First things first, let's make sure this never start battery is charged. 12.5 volts. It's good enough. We know our battery's good. Our connections are good. We turn the key on and we have wipers, so we know we have power going into the car and out of the fuse panel. So our most likely culprit is either going to be this starter relay or the neutral safety switch on the transmission. This relay will not engage if you don't have power from the battery, power from your ignition switch, and then a ground wire from your transmission neutral safety switch. So I have my handy dandy meter right here that has seen better days. So what I want to do is I'm going to put it over to ohms, touch these probes together. So since we're in park, I should be able to touch that wire. See how it beeps? That means our neutral safety switch is good. We're gonna make sure we have power coming into this relay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the key all the way on to the start position as if I'm cranking the engine over, and we should have 12 volts. Either we're not getting enough voltage from our key switch to engage the relay, or the relay's bad. So what I have here, a tool that you can buy from any store. This is called a relay checker, a starter relay checker. And what I'm gonna do is, since there's power from here straight to the battery, and this goes down to the starter, I'm gonna touch these two together and our starter should spin over. And that would tell us that the wire going down to the starter is good, and it would tell us that the starter itself is good. Okay, so we know our starter's good. Let's see if this starter relay will work. No, doesn't look like it will. There we go. You know what, on second thought, I really don't want to take this car apart because I've had this car since I was a teenager. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it be. I'll wait for the starter relay to get in, but for the time being, we'll just go ahead and use a screwdriver to get it running. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw those brand new plug wires on there. Usually either number one is right here or right here in the front. And I put the rest in order. If it's not right, we can't get the fire, I'll just move all the plug wires over one. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, the last guy put a Edelbrock Performer 318-360 aluminum intake on it, an Edelbrock 4-barrel carb, some shiny fancy valve covers. The bolts are loose on the exhaust manifold. All right, let me grab a spark checker. Handy dandy spark checker. I love this thing. It's so much easier than pulling a spark plug and having to set it off on the side. Just plug it in and good to go. Let's see if we have spark. Yeah, we definitely have spark. Let's throw some gas in it. Firing order's off, so I need to go ahead and move the plug wires over because we're getting a little bit of backfire poppage. Let's try this again. Battery charging? No way, dude. I have gas in this thing? I did not put enough gas in it for it to run that long. What? I think this thing has freaking gas in the tank. Ain't no freaking way, dude. Okay, so there's probably not, I probably poured just enough gas in it to fill the bowl up. The freaking battery was even charging. And there's a key. It's got a locking gas cap. So, let's see if we can find the key. Probably this one right here that says key on it. Oh, look, check it out. Some free nail clippers too. Put about 3 gallons in there. Will it idle? Come on, baby. Starter sounds really healthy. I don't hear any valve train noise. None of that stuff works. Alternator gauge looked like it was working, but our oil pressure gauge does not. It may be unplugged. I know we have oil pressure. If we didn't have oil pressure, this thing would be clattering like crazy. Especially for, so obviously somebody has messed with it. I mean, somebody's definitely put, you know, the carburetor's not too old. Fuel pump works, our battery's charging, and I did notice one thing. Here, let me show you real quick. We're not showing any oil pressure, and right here the wire got broke off. Hook that up, put some water in it. We'll test the transmission, and I did notice that our what is this thing called? Your TV cable. This is disconnected, so I'll have to find some pins and C-clips. Oil pressure gauge still isn't working. I'm not worried about it though. Sounds really good. Okay, I need to calm down. I'm way too excited. I'll relax my nerves a little bit. Go eat a sandwich. We'll come back to it here in a second. All right, I'm back. Went to the nephew's birthday party. Ate a little bit of food, a little bit of cake. Let's see if we have transmissione. Man, the thing fires right up. So right now I'm going to test 2 things. I'm going to test the transmission. I'm also going to see if we have brakes. All right, we got reverse. So we got good brakes, the power brakes work, transmission goes in reverse, neutral, drive works, and the power steering even works. I really don't like this steering wheel. I like the 72 steering wheel. That carburetor definitely needs to be rebuilt. We got water, we got old 20-year-old oil, brakes work, power steering works. Man, this is too easy. Yes, let me go ahead and hook up the TV cable, this rod. We'll clear the area up, and then we'll try try to drive it around the yard real quick. So whenever I push the throttle all the way open throttle, it starts to engage. But when you do wide open throttle, this is supposed to push all the way back. So hopefully somebody wasn't rolling around like that, whoever put this intake on there, and they didn't burn that transmission up. All right, so this whole setup is not original and kind of janky. It's got like 1,006,000 springs on it. It's got all kinds of weird funky action going on. So instead of going down there and adjusting the linkage, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push it all the way back, throttle all the way back, push the TV cable all the way back, line it up, and I'm gonna drill a new hole to where this is further back. All right, so instead of drilling a hole, I'm gonna make this area shorter so it engages sooner. So right there where that mark is, I'm gonna weld a little piece of metal or washer or something on there. All right, let's see what we got. This will probably work. I just put a weld right here and then a little weld across the bottom. Should be enough to hold it on there. How's the dome light work? Awesome. All right, I need to check the transmission fluid, so I'm gonna put it in neutral. It's getting dark outside. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and go to Walmart and pick up some ATF for this bad boy. $15.40 diesel oil, got a Super Tech filter, 2 quarts of ATF. This is the cheapest one they had. They didn't have any of that Super Tech. I always go to Walmart, they usually have the best deals. If your funnel won't fit down into your trans fill tube, just cut you a little slit right there, and then you can bend it down like that. It should slide right in. Probably start off with a quart, get it hot, drive it around, and then we will check from there. Every car that I've ever started that was sitting for, you know, more than 10 years or so, the transmission's always empty. Grab my key. It needs to warm up. I'm gonna run it through the gears. Oh, man. Yeah, there's no accelerator pump. Carburetor was way off. Look, there's a little bit of rust right there. This thing rides so good. Oh, man, I love these cars. I mean, you can just feel it. This car would be such a good daily driver. Got power steering, the freaking brakes still work. I may end up just leaving it stock because I had plans to do like a 360 Magnum in it, but I may not even do that because I mean the thing, I really am not going to be hot rodding it. It'd be a cool car just to clean up and just driving around town, get the air conditioner working, fix the dash. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, so I got it running after 20 years. It ended up being really easy. It was just the starter relay was bad. The transmission was 2 quarts low. Yeah, let me get some gas, put some gas on the carburetor, and then we're gonna attempt to drive it around the yard, see how it runs. Brake fluid bottle, some gas. So normally when you start it up, I would just pump the gas a couple times and it would fire right up, but the accelerator pump doesn't work. Perfect pour, first time. I think the connection on the starter cylinder relay is actually loose. I mean, it runs super good for sitting for 20 years.
Brakes?
Yep, everything works with power steering. Power steering, brakes work.
Will you shut the door for me? Because my hands are... Is that spiders?
Yeah.
Alright. If I get bit...
Spiders are the least of your worries.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
Kind of smells like...
Old car.
No, but it also kind of...
Weed.
Yeah.
Whoever had it in the garage, I think they were smoking it out in the garage.
Okay.
I've had the windows rolled down. When the windows were up, it smelled like weed.
As soon as I sat in, I was like,
Check this out. So this car has 2 transmissions. It's got the column shifter transmission and the floor shifter transmission. Means it goes twice as fast. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Is this door shut all the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look over out the hood. Isn't that? It just feels like a muscle car. Muscle car. Look at the power steering. Look at this. Look.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Power brakes. It has air conditioning too. Dash is almost in perfect mint condition. Isn't this a comfy car though?
It is pretty comfy.
So I need to pull it into the shop because I need to go over the steering, the suspension, the brakes, clean the interior up, put seat covers on it, vacuum it out. Carburetor and then get a dash pad put on it. But I mean, it's not bad for 500 bucks. Motor works, oil pressure gauge doesn't work, gas gauge doesn't work, alternator gauge works, temperature gauge doesn't work, so we'll need to fix all the gauges, put a radio in it. Starts right up though.
I couldn't tell, there was too much sand smoke. It's both of them.
Both of them are spinning?
Yeah.
So this car has posse, that means both wheels spin. Yeah, once I get that accelerator pump fixed, and get it all tuned up, we'll be doing burnouts in no time. All right, so I made up this list of things we need to do. Here, come here. So first things first, we need to rebuild the carb. We need to go through the steering and suspension because it feels a little wandery and drifty. I'm expecting the tie rods and the control arm bushings to be bad. We need to install the front end pieces, so all this part stuff right here. We got to do the bumper, the fender, the headlight bezels. I want to fix the gauges, fix all the lights, headlights, turn signals, brakes, do an oil change, flush the coolant, and we need a longer battery cable. So the negative battery cable is way too short. I mean, it's just jerking on the battery. So on the just tell me what you think in the comments. What would be cool? Give me some ideas. What would be cool to do to the car? What does it need? Should I just put the car together, bare bones minimum, put it back together? Maybe I was thinking maybe painting it like a satin black. And I have some ideas with some, maybe turn it into like a Wile E. Coyote. Instead of doing a Roadrunner or a Satellite, do like a Wile E. Coyote type build. Or should I just go full out balls to the walls, paint it a nice shiny color, do the interior? Honestly, personal opinion, I would rather just do the body work, paint it satin black, just throw some seat covers over the seats, tear the headliner out of it, and get the air conditioning working, and just drive the shit out of it and just make it a daily driver, kind of like how the wagon is. All right guys, check you on the next one.